Man, this is tough. Hey everyone, Henry Yellow here, welcome back. Today we are going to watch Death of a Salesman directed by Laszlo Benedict. Now this movie was adapted from a 1949 stage play of the same name by Arthur Miller. I've never watched the play before, but I believe the movie and the original play should have some differences I think, but shouldn't be too big of a difference because the original plot, the original story should still be the same, right? So for those who have watched the play before, if you notice any, big differences between the play and the movie, you could let me know in the comments. Why do people keep honking? What? What, did he get into an accident?
It's all right. I came back.
Why? What happened?
Gee, suddenly I realize I'm going 60 miles an hour, and I don't remember the last 5 minutes. I can't seem to keep my mind to it.
Perhaps it's a start of, symptoms of Alzheimer's?
The trees are so thick and the sun is warm, I just opened the windshield and let the warm air bathe over me, and then all of a sudden I absolutely forgot I was driving.
Oh, that's dangerous.
I have such thoughts. I have such strange thoughts.
No wonder cars were honking at him.
You're 60 years old, Willie. They can't expect you to keep traveling every week.
I'll have to, send the wire.
Talk to Howard. You tell him you just got to work in New York.
Jeez. Maybe he smashed up the car again.
Again? This isn't the first time that this has happened.
I've driven with him. He's all right. Just doesn't keep his mind on it.
Work a lifetime to pay off our house. You finally own it. There's nobody to live in it. Did Biff say anything after I went this morning?
You shouldn't have criticized him, Willie, especially after he just got off the train.
A young man, it's good for him to tramp around and take a lot of different jobs, but it's more than 10 years now, and he's yet to make $35 a week.
He is finding himself, Willie.
Not finding yourself at the age of 34 is a disgrace.
Debatable.
I think he's still lost, Willie. I think he's very lost.
You taught me everything I know about women. Don't forget that. I think I got less bashful. You got more so. With your humor, no confidence.
But I don't know what the future is. I don't know what I'm supposed to want. It's a measly matter of existence. To devote your whole life to keeping stock or making phone calls? Suffer 50 weeks of the year for the sake of a 2-week vacation? And always to have to get ahead of the next felon.
Yeah, that's a career for you. Otherwise, you become an entrepreneur. Be your own business.
God, they should have had a law against apartment houses. Remember those 2 beautiful elm trees out there? They should have arrested the builder for cutting those down.
Willie's quite grumpy, huh? Complaining about a lot of things.
There's more people now.
No, I don't think there's more.
There's more people! That's what's ruining this country! Population is getting out of control!
Oh, they're showing the whole set. It seems like Willie is getting real angry.
If it's warm Sunday, we'll drive in the country. We'll open the windshield. We'll take lunch.
The windshields don't open on the new cars. Isn't that remarkable?
You used to be able to open windshields? Okay, you didn't know that.
I was thinking of the Chevy, 1928, when I had that red Chevy.
Reminiscing the old days.
I've always made a point of not wasting my life. And whenever I come back here, I know that all I've done is to waste my life.
Still finding yourself. Not sure what you want, not sure where to go.
Everybody around me is so false that I am constantly lowering my
Baby,
ideals.
together we'd stand up for one another.
No, I got to show some of those pompous, self-important executives over there that half woman can make the grade, huh? The girl Charlotte I was with tonight, engaged to be married in 5 weeks. Guy's in line for the vice presidency of the store. I don't know what gets into me. Maybe I just have an overdeveloped sense of competition. I went and ruined her. He's the 3rd executive I've done that to.
Wow.
I go to their weddings.
Talk about disrespect.
Oh, don't make any promises. No promises of any kind. It's a girl, you know that.
Oh, I think his mind is slowly going. His mind is staying in the past more than he's being in the present.
As soon as you finish the Cowboys, I want to see you. I got a surprise for you, boys.
What do you got, Dad?
No. You finish first.
He's having a whole conversation by himself.
What is it, Pop? Tell me, what you buy?
Something I want you to have.
What is it, Pop?
It's a punch bag.
Oh, he's completely in the past now.
I'm losing weight. You notice, Pop? Jumping rope is good too. And he gave you the ball.
All about it from the last.
I want you to return that.
See, I told you he wouldn't like it.
If somebody else took that ball, it'd be an uproar.
Someday I'll have my own business and I'll never have to leave home anymore.
Like Uncle Charlie, huh?
Charlie is not like this.
Are those tombstones in the background? Like a whole graveyard?
Boys, I have friends. I can park my car in any street in New England and the cops protect it like their own.
Pop, this Saturday, just for you, I'm gonna break through for a touchdown.
You are supposed to
I'm taking
pass.
one play for Pop.
I heard Mr. Birnbaum say that if you don't start studying math, he's going to flunk you and you won't graduate.
Well, with scholarships to 3 universities, they're gonna flunk him. Don't be
say.
a pest, Bernard. What an anemic. Bernard is not well liked, is he? Bernard can get the best marks in school, but when he gets out to the business, we'll be 5 times ahead of him. Be liked, and you will never want.
I'm losing weight, Pop. You notice?
How'd the Chevy run?
Oh, Chevrolet Linda is the greatest car ever. I was selling thousands and thousands, but I had to come home.
The whole block will be at that game. Did you sell anything?
All I did.
Just randomly doing push-ups in the background.
$16 on the refrigerator.
I hope we didn't get stuck on that machine.
It's got the biggest ads of any of
I
them.
know. Oh, it's a fine machine.
The mom is the bookkeeper. Keeps track of all the finances. That's great.
That lousy, rotten Chevrolet, they ought to prohibit the manufacture of that car.
He just said he loved it before.
You know, the trouble is, Linda, people don't seem to take to me. I know it when I walk in, they seem to laugh at me. I don't know why I can't stop myself. I talk too much.
Oh,
I'm short. I'm very foolish to look at, Linda.
You're who you are.
I heard him say something about the shrimp. I cracked them right across the face. I won't take that. But I know I gotta overcome it.
You can't control your height.
you're the handsomest man in the world.
I want to grab you sometimes and just kiss the life out of you. 'Cause I get so lonely.
Who's laughing?
You didn't make me, Willie. I picked you.
You picked me, huh?
I did.
Oh, this is way back? Was this his wife?
And thanks for the stockings. I love a lot of stockings.
You are, Willie.
Wow, that's nice how they transitioned.
I'll make it all up to you.
Better
What's
than-
that?
Well, I'm mending my stockings. They're so expensive.
I won't have you mending stockings in this house.
I don't know if that was the past or was he like having an affair with some other woman.
You want him to be a worm like Bernard?
Come on up, Pop.
Huh?
Let's go up, huh?
Huh? Why didn't I go to Alaska with my brother Ben then? The man started with the clothes on his back and ended up with time in
Boy,
mines.
someday I'd like to know how he did.
Walks into a jungle, he comes out at the age of 21, and he's rich.
Can we do something about the walls? You're sneezing
The
here, my
walls?
house had to go off.
The walls aren't even completely closed.
I couldn't sleep good. I had a heart.
Well, you don't know how to eat.
Are you with my mom? What is it with those vitamins?
Build up your bones, chemistry.
There's no bones in a heartburn.
What are you talking about? Don't talk about something you don't know anything about.
You want a job?
I got a job. I told you that. What the hell are you offering me a job?
Don't get insulted.
Oh, don't insult me.
You see the ceiling I put up in here?
That's a piece of work.
I don't even know what they're playing.
I'm getting awfully tired, Ben.
You call me Ben?
It's funny. For a second there, you reminded me of my brother Ben. A couple of weeks ago, we got a letter from his wife. He died.
That's so?
Hmm.
Maybe you're in for some of his money.
Nah, he had 7 sons.
Is mother living with you?
No, she died a long time ago.
Who? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Is he having auditory hallucinations?
When did mother die?
Long ago, since the beginning, you never knew how to play cards.
All right. I've been waiting for you so long. What's the answer? How did you do it?
I'm not even sure if he has schizophrenia.
When I was 17, I walked into the jungle. When I was 21, I walked out. And by God, I was rich.
You see what I've been talking about?
Biff and Happy are so much taller than Willie. They got their grandfather's genes, maybe. Just like Ben.
That's just the way I'm bringing them up. Rugged, well-liked.
All around. Ah, shake hands, boy.
Look out, Biff!
Never fight fair with a stranger, boy. You'll never get out of the jungle that way.
Go right over to where they're building the apartment house and get some sand. We're gonna rebuild the entire front stoop right now.
I lost weight, Pop, you know? Don't steal any more from that building. Watch it, we'll put the cops on.
Don't let Biff take any
You should have seen the lumber they brought home last week.
Are they stealing the sand?
Watchman's chasing Biff. Shut up. He's not stealing anything.
Where is he, dear?
There's nothing wrong.
Sometimes I'm afraid that I'm not teaching them the right kind. How should I teach them?
When I walked into the jungle, I was 17.
When I left, I was 21.
I was rich.
It's really a lot of luck, though. Willie is setting like a bit of a too high expectations on Biff and Happy.
When Ben came from Africa that time, didn't he give me a watch fob with a diamond in it?
Well, you pawned it, dear, for Biff's radio correspondence course.
How long has he been doing this?
Don't. He'll hear you.
Oh, it's been happening very often.
Why didn't you ever write me about this?
How would I write to you? For over 3 months, you've had no address. When you come home, he's always the worst. Why are you so hateful to
I'm
each
not
other?
hateful.
Why? Oh.
I mean to change, Mom. I'm trying. Your hair's getting so gray.
Oh, it's been gray since you were in high school. I just stopped dyeing it,
Yep.
that's all. He's the dearest man in the world to me, and I won't have anyone making him feel unwanted and low and blue.
He always swiped the floor with you. Never had an ounce of respect. He always had respect for her. What the hell do you know about it?
I am not saying he's a great man, but he's a human being. He works for a company. 36 years this March. They take his salary away.
I didn't know that, Mom.
You never asked.
I gave you money.
Christmas time, $50. To fix the hot water, it costs $97.50. He's been on straight commission like a beginner, an unknown.
That's tough.
He has to go to Charlie every week and borrow $50 from him and pretend to me it's his pay. Now, how long can that go on? The man who never worked a day in his life but for your benefit. And when does he get the medal for that? What happened to the love you had for him? You were such pals.
He threw me out of this house, remember that?
All right, why did he do that? I never knew
Because
why.
I know he's a fake. It's between me and him. That's all I have to say. And he'll settle for half my paycheck.
He's been trying to kill himself.
It's one thing after another.
The insurance inspector came. He says there's evidence that all the accidents in the last year weren't accidents. He said he wasn't driving fast at all. He didn't skid. She said he deliberately smashed into the railing.
He probably just fell asleep again.
He could have been completely absent-minded.
And behind the fuse box that just happened to fall out was this rubber pipe just short. On the bottom of the hot water heater, there's a new little nipple on the gas pipe.
What does that mean?
Now I'll stay, and I swear to you, Mom, I'll apply myself.
I was gonna see Bill Oliver, Pop.
Oliver.
He always said he'd stake me, and I'd like to go into business.
Isn't that wonderful?
Don't interrupt. What's wonderful about it?
Ah, you're counting your chickens again.
Jeez.
Don't curse in this house.
Since when did you get so clean?
Don't use that language to me. I won't have it.
The Loman brothers.
Baby, we could sell sporting goods.
That is a $1 million idea.
Oh, I think everything is great.
Stop interrupting.
Always like me.
Oh, he loved you.
Will you stop?
Biff was right when he says that Willie doesn't really respect his wife that much.
Ask for 15. How much are you gonna ask for?
Gee, I don't
Oh,
know.
and don't say GG is a boy's word. It's not what you say, but how you say it. Personality always wins the day.
Oliver always thought the highest.
Will you let me talk?
Dad, stop yelling at him.
What, are you taking over this? Huh?
Willie, he didn't mean.
Don't take his side all the time, damn it.
Stop yelling at her.
Man, there's so much tension here.
Did you see how sweet he was as soon as you talked hopefully? Say goodnight to him.
Oh my God, working on commission?
Yeah, well, let's face it, he's no hot shot selling, man.
Mom got so gray. She got awful old. Just take it easy, Pop. Good night.
And if anything falls off the desk while you're talking to him, don't you pick it up. They have office boys.
All right, Dad, I will.
I think everything's gonna be.
Biff! Remember that. You got all kinds of greatness.
I'm gonna get married, Mom. I wanted to tell you.
Go to sleep, dear.
I just wanted to tell you.
Keep up the good work.
Will you ask Howard to let you work in New York?
Oh, first thing in the morning. Gee.
You say G too. Learning how to open the light switch quietly. It's something you master as a kid.
I slept like a dead one. First time in months. Boys left nice and early.
They were out of here by 8 o'clock.
Good work.
He looked so handsome in that suit. He could be anything in that suit.
She's trying to hype him up.
Did he decide how much he's going to ask Oliver for?
Well, he didn't mention it, but I imagine 10. 15,000. Now, you're going to talk to Howard today.
Oh, yeah.
We got the insurance premium. It's $108.68 because we're a little short this month. The last payment on the mortgage.
Well, that's a great thing to weather a 25-year mortgage, you see.
One of the longest loans you can ever take. Loan on a house, mortgage.
We're supposed to meet them for dinner tonight.
Me?
Yeah, Frank's Tapas. Just the three of you. They are going to blow you to a big meal.
Oh, gee whiz. That's really something.
They're trying to make their dad happier.
I'll come home with a New York job. Damn it, I'm gonna do it. You stop mending stockings at least while I'm in the house. It gets me nervous. I can't tell you.
Can we talk a minute?
It records things. I just got delivery yesterday. Listen to this. Listen to that kid whistle.
Listen, I'd like to ask a little favor.
It's your turn now, Daddy.
But wait a minute. The maid kicked the plug.
That certainly is
Shh, for God's
It is
sake.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, Howard doesn't really have much respect for Willie, just like Willie doesn't have that much respect for his wife.
Aren't you supposed to be in Boston?
That's what I want to talk to you about, Howard. I've come to the decision that I'd rather not travel anymore.
Not travel?
Yeah, if I could take home, well, $65 a week, I could swing it. I never asked a favor of any man. Your father came to me the day you were born and asked me what I thought of the name Howard.
I appreciate that, Willie. Just as no spot here for you.
All I need to set my table is $50 a week. Let me tell you a story.
Because you have got to admit that business is business.
Oh, business is definitely business. But I met a salesman in the Parker house. His name was Dave Singelman. Without ever leaving his room, at the age of 84, he made his living. I realized that selling was the greatest career that a man could want. What could be more satisfying than to be able to go at the age of 84, pick up a phone and be remembered and loved and helped by so many different people? By the way, he died the death of a salesman. When he died, hundreds of salesmen and buyers were at his funeral. If I had $40 a week, that's all I need.
Kid, I can't take blood from a
Oh,
stone.
there were promises made across this desk. I put 34 years into this firm, Howard, and now I can't pay my insurance.
Yeah, he's pretty desperate by now.
Pull yourself together. I'll be back in a little while.
Clearly, Howard's not gonna give him a spot here. Yeah, things are not working out.
Howard, are you firing me?
I think that you need a good long...
I gotta earn money, Howard. I'm in no
Where
position.
are your sons?
What?
Why don't your sons give you a hand?
I can't throw myself on my kids. I'm not a cripple.
Look, kid, I am busy this morning. I have got a line of people to see this morning. Pull yourself together, kid. There's people outside.
He keeps calling him kid. My god, his heart must be like crushed. He gave 34 years for the firm. But in the end, when he gets too old, they still kick him out.
Linda, he's got a proposition for me to ask.
But you've got a beautiful job. Him enough to be happy right here, right now. Why must everyone conquer the world? And just the other day, old man Wagner told him if he keeps it up, he'll be a member of the firm. Now, didn't he?
He didn't end up becoming a member.
There's a man 84 years old, Willie.
Ben, that's right. When I look at that man, I say, what is there to worry about? Because it's not what you do, Ben. It's who you know.
I wonder how many takes each long shots take. Because it all feels so natural and continuous.
It's a new continent at your doorstep, William. You could walk out rich. Rich!
You're coming home this afternoon, captain of the All-Scholastic Championship team of the city of New York. It's the greatest day in his life.
When are you gonna grow up?
Yeah, when this game is over, you'll be laughing on the other side of your face. I'll be calling him another Red Grange. 25,000 a year.
Who is Red Grange?
Put up your hands.
Oh, he really knows how to push his buttons, Charlie.
Hello, Uncle Willie.
Bernard. Wow, Bernard looks so much taller now.
What are you gonna do in Washington?
Just in case I've got there, Willie.
That's so. You're gonna play tennis there.
Oh, tennis racket is square.
Biff said he's working on a very big deal, Bernard. Did I hear your wife had a boy?
That's right. Our second.
I'm overjoyed to see how you made the grade, Bernard. Oh, overjoyed. It's an encouraging thing to see.
His face betrays his words.
What's the secret? What's the secret?
What's secret?
His life ended after that Evans Field game. From the age of 17, nothing good ever happened to him. I regard you as a very brilliant man, Bernard. I value your advice.
That's not what you said when he was still studying.
And the math teacher flunked him.
Well, that son of a ruined his life.
All he had to do was go to summer school, make up that subject.
That's right. I begged him to go. I ordered him to go.
Well, why wouldn't he go?
That question's been trailing me like a ghost for the last 15 years. Was it my fault? You see, it keeps going around in my head. Maybe I did something to him.
You keep encouraged him to go for football and he didn't even take the math subject seriously.
Did he have a talk with you then?
He came to Boston. What about it?
It always mystifies me because I thought so well of Biff. I loved him, Willie, you know. You remember those sneakers with the University of Virginia printed on them? He was so proud of them. Well, he took them down into the cellar, burned them up in the furnace. And I've often thought of how strange it was that I knew he'd given up his life. What happened in Boston, Willie?
Yeah, something happened.
What are you trying to do? Blame it on me if a boy lays down? Is that my fault?
Willie is not willing to admit it. I mean, it seems like Willie has expectations for his sons. He dictates what they should and shouldn't do. And then when nothing works out for them, he doesn't think it's his fault.
Gonna argue a case in front of the Supreme Court?
No. And he didn't even mention it.
You don't have to.
He didn't have to, yeah.
You never told him what to do, did you? You never took any interest in him. I got my insurance to pay. If you can manage it, I need $110.
I offered you a job. $50 a week, and I won't send you on the road.
I got a job.
Take the job, Willie.
Why don't you want to work for me?
What does it matter with you? I got a job.
And what are you walking in here every week for?
You don't have a job anymore, Willie. Not anymore.
I am offering you a job.
I don't want your job.
Willie, put down your ego and just take this job. Yeah, I feel like Willie is the one who hasn't grown up.
I was just fired. I named him Howard.
When are you going to realize that them things don't mean anything? You named him Howard, but you can't sell that.
Yeah, I have to agree with Charlie on that.
I know you don't like me, and nobody can say I'm in love with you.
But you're willing to lend him $50 every week, which is already a great thing to do.
Can't work for you, that's all. Don't ask me why.
Pay your insurance.
I'm keeping strict accounts. Funny, you know, after all the highways and the trains and the years, you end up with more dead than alive.
Nobody's worth nothing dead. You hear what I said?
Oh, Charlie, you're the only friend I got. Is that remarkable?
Willie's really thinking of ending it. That's why he can't let his insurance lapse.
Oh, look at that mouse. Oh, God, and the binoculars. Wait on it. I sell champagne, and I'd like you to try my brand. Bring her a champagne, Stanley.
That's awfully nice of you.
Don't mention it. It's all company money. Miss
Forsyth.
Miss Forsyth? This is my brother. You might have heard of him. He's a great football player.
Really? What team?
Biff is quarterback with the New York Giants.
I did a terrible thing today, Hap. It's been the strangest day I ever went through. I'm all numb. I waited 6 hours for him, see. He comes out, didn't remember who the hell I was or anything.
Biff, did you tell him my Florida idea?
Happy walked away. Gave me one look, and I realized what a ridiculous lie my whole life has been. I took his fountain pen.
Boy, oh boy, that was dumb, Biff. Why did you do that?
I just wanted to take something. I want to tell Pop.
You tell him something nice. You say you got a lunch date with Oliver tomorrow.
Ooh. Man, this is tough.
Who was it, Pop? Who was it ever said I was a salesman with Oliver?
Well, you were.
No, Dad, I was a shipping clerk.
I was fired today.
How could you?
I'm looking for a little good news to tell your mother because the woman has waited and the woman has suffered.
At least he knows that his wife has suffered. I mean, this whole family has suffered.
I bet he threw his arms around
Willie,
you.
oh, he's a fine man. He's a very hard man to
Oh, I
see.
know.
Please give me a minute to explain.
I've been waiting for you to explain since I sat down here. What happened?
It's not letting him get a word in.
Are you listening to me?
Yeah, sure, if you hadn't have flunked,
Dad, flunked what?
Oh, don't blame everything on me. I didn't flunk math. You did. What, Pen? You're no good.
I am, Dad.
You're no good for anything.
Dad, I'll find something. Oliver talked to his partner about the Florida idea. You listening, Dad?
Yeah, then you got it.
Oh, he's gonna be terrific.
Oh, then you got it, have it.
Well, he really wasn't listening before this.
I took those balls years ago. I walk in with this fountain pen that clinches it. I can't face him like that. I'll try elsewhere.
You don't want to be anything. Is that what's behind it?
Dad, don't take it that way.
Are you spiting me?
Don't take it that way, damn it.
Rotten little louse. Will you stop?
Oh, he's going back into his hallucinations.
You've just seen a prince walk by. A hardworking, unappreciated prince. Always for his boys.
Yeah.
Where would you like to go? Huh?
You don't give a good damn about him. Look what I found in the cellar house. Don't you understand what he's gonna do to himself? He's gonna kill himself.
Don't I know him?
Hap, help him.
I can't bear to look at his face.
That's all. It's gonna be all right. No, that's not my father. He's just a guy. Come on.
Well, Biff was right. Happy doesn't really care about his father.
I'm so lonely.
You know you ruined me, Willie. I'm gonna see you go right through to the buyers.
Stay in the bathroom here and don't come out of.
Dad, why didn't you answer?
Biff.
So Willie was having an affair. And this is Boston when Biff came to see him after he flunked math.
I flunked math.
Bernard wouldn't give you the answers.
Pop, he did. I only got a 61.
And they wouldn't give you full points.
Birnbaum refused, absolutely. Did you talk to him, Dad? I know he'd like you. You know the way he could talk.
I was right back.
Dad, good work.
So Biff found out that his dad was cheating on his mom. That's why their relationship got strained.
Where's my stockings? You promised me stockings, really.
For God's sake, now let's get out of here. Oh, now, you don't imagine that I... Look, pal, she's just a buyer. You stop crying and you do as I say. I gave you an order, Biff. Is that what you do when I give you an order? Then how dare you cry?
His father is not who he thinks he is.
I'll see Birnbaum first thing in the morning.
Never mind.
You need those points for the U of Virginia.
I'm not going there.
What? My boy. If I was lonely, I was just terribly lonely.
That's not an excuse. Oh, and he gave his mother stockings.
You phony little fake! Hey, come back here! You fake! I gave you an order! I'll whip you!
Biff lost all respect and trust of his father right there and then.
Here's a dollar.
Oh, your son just paid. It's all right.
Here's some more. I don't need it anymore.
Did he just give him everything? Oh, he's such a good person. He gives him back all the money, stuffed it back in his pockets. That's a good man.
Terrific. Because she's suffered, man. The woman has suffered. It's a guaranteed $20,000 proposition, huh? Read every premium on the nose, and now they don't pay or possible.
It's called a cowardly thing.
It doesn't take more guts to stand here the rest of my life ringing up a zero, huh? Because he thinks I'm nothing, you see, so he spites me. But the funeral, that boy will be thunderstruck, Ben, because he never realized I am no one. Once and for all, he'll see what I am.
He'll hate you, William.
He mustn't. I won't.
At least his hallucinations are talking sense.
Don't you care whether he lives or dies?
I want to talk to the boss, Mom.
You're not going near him.
Where is he?
There's not one, not a living soul, who would have the cruelty to walk out on that man in a restaurant.
Oh, look, Mom, he had a great time.
Shut up! I didn't do a damn thing. How do you like that? Just left him babbling in a toilet. The scum of the earth, and you're looking at him. I'm saying goodbye to you, Pop. To hell with whose fault it is or anything like that. Let's just wrap it up, huh? Dad, it's not your fault. It's me. I'm a bum. I'm going and I'm not writing anymore. That way it'll be off your mind and you can start writing it up again.
How can he forget about his two sons that he's been raising for half his life?
You're never gonna see what I am, so what's the use of arguing? If I strike oil, I'll send you a check. Meantime, forget I'm alive.
Spites, eh? I want you to know, on the train, in the mountain, wherever you go, you cut down your life for spite.
No.
Wow.
Spite! Don't you dare blame it on me.
I'm not blaming you.
I'm not taking a rap for this.
Is that supposed to make you hero?
No.
Is that supposed to make me feel sorry for you? Because there will be no pity for you. You know I had no address for 3 months? I stole a suit in Kansas City and I was in jail.
I suppose that's why.
Stop crying, I'm through with it. I could never get anywhere because you blew me so full of hot air that I could never stand taking orders from anybody.
Don't blame yourself. Don't blame your dad for that, Biff.
I ran down 11 flights with a pen and suddenly I stopped. Do you hear me? I stopped! In the middle of the building and I saw the sky! I saw the things that I love in this world. Why am I trying to become what I don't want to be when all that I want is out there waiting for me the minute I say it? I know who I am. Now, why can't I say that? I am a dime a dozen and so are you.
I am not a dime a dozen. I am Willie Loman.
Pop! I'm nothing, Pop. Can't you understand that? I'm just what I am. That's all.
Oh, what are you doing? Why is he crying?
Will you take that phony dream and burn it before something happens?
Biff wants to leave, but he doesn't want to leave before trying to save his dad, and that shows that he still cares. He's forcing Willie to accept the reality of his situation, that he's just an average man and it's okay.
Isn't that remarkable? He cried to me.
I'm getting married, Pop. I'm changing everything. I am going to run that department before the year is out.
Hey, you come right up.
2 minutes.
He's gonna claim the insurance.
You always love me. Isn't that a remarkable thing, Ben?
Willie?
Shh.
He had no right to do that. There was no necessity for it. We would have helped him.
Why didn't anybody come? Where were all the people he knew?
Yeah, he thought a lot of people would come to his funeral. But no, none at all.
He had the wrong dreams. All wrong. Men didn't know who he was.
Willie was a salesman. There is no rock bottom to the life. He don't tell you the law or give you medicine. He's a man way out there in the blue, riding on a smile and a shoe shine.
It's the same background as his hallucinations.
I'm going to show you and everybody else that Willie Loman did not die in vain. He fought it out here, and this is where I'm going to win it for him.
I can't understand it, Willie. I made the last payment on the house today, and there'll be nobody home. We're free and clear. We're free.
Yeah, they're free from the debt. And Willie is free from his suffering. He's free from his dreams, he's free from his expectations and the stresses and the pressures. Willie was a victim of dreams. He has to be a somebody. He has to be a well-known, well-liked, successful person. And when he never got that, he's not willing to accept that he's just an average man. So all these stresses and his ideal life, not mashing with his current situation, it just drove him mad. Denial, hallucinations. And now his son, Happy, is also inheriting that dream disease, I guess. He's gonna try and prove that he can make it happen. And there's nothing wrong with trying to prove that, but there should also be like an acceptance at the same time that even if something doesn't happen, it doesn't mean the end of the world. It doesn't mean that you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you're nothing. It doesn't mean that you're worthless. Because every one of us, we want to make something of ourselves, sure. But every one of us is also human. Success or failure doesn't make or break you. It's how you see the world, how you see yourself, how you see your current situation. And I think if Willie had just known this, if he could have just let go of his ego or his false pride, then he wouldn't have done this as a last resort. Charlie was willing to give Willie a job, but Willie wouldn't take it. Why? Because he just couldn't let go of that ego. He wants a really awesome job where he can be well known and people know him from New Jersey or whatever. And actually in the end, in the funeral, you can see that no one attended his funeral except the people closest to him. That's quite sad, but it also shows that he isn't as reputable or he isn't as famous as he thought he was. And it was all because of the hallucinations and that he couldn't come to the terms with the fact that he's just an average person. Seeing Willie's grumpiness and temper at the beginning of the movie really reminds me of my grandfather. I mean, my grandfather wasn't like Willie, like a salesman or anything, but he was a very grumpy man, and he got even more of a worse temper after he lost the ability to walk, after he was wheelchair bound. And I remember very clearly, he has a foot massager thing, a device that just vibrates and massages your foot. So when I was I don't think I was even 8 years old at the time, and I was just playing around because the foot massager, they have the little places where you put your foot, and there's little bits of things sticking out that gives you the texture and all that. And I was playing around with that, and my grandfather saw that and he just cursed and threw swear words at me. And I never really liked my grandfather, but I knew from my mother's stories that he was always a very grumpy man, didn't like kids very much, although he had plenty of children. And that's how I remember him, that he is a grumpy, hateful, spiteful person, and I didn't really like spending time with him. Not that I did spend much time with him anyway. But yeah, Willie's temperament, temper at the beginning of the movie really reminded me of my grandpa. So in the end, we found out that Willie was actually having an affair. He was cheating on his wife. Biff found out, that's why he left home. And Biff never revealed that fact to his mother. Obviously, because he didn't want to break her heart. I guess the secret will stay with him and no one will ever know that Willie was cheating on his wife. Also, one thing I found out during the movie was that Happy never truly loved, or maybe he never really truly cared for Willie. Because who would leave their own father in his hallucinations, in the toilet babbling in a restaurant alone, and they just leave with other women? Like, what the heck? If you loved your parent, you wouldn't do that to him. So that scene alone already shows how much Happy actually cared for Willie, which is not much at all. One more thing that I would also like to mention is what Biff said at the ending when he said that Willie blew him full of hot air and, raised him up to be such a person. But I don't think the entire thing should be blamed entirely on Willie. I mean, yes, your father raised you that way, but now you're grown up. You're 34, for goodness sake. So you can make the decision to change. I mean, some people may make the change earlier in life, some people may make the change even later in life, but I just don't think that he should have blamed it on Willie. Perhaps he wasn't actually blaming it on him, maybe he was just trying to make a statement, because after that, he just stated that yes, he's just an average person and he accepted it and he accepts himself for who he is and he's gonna live that way from now on, which is great. At the end, he found himself. At the start of the movie, we see that where they're talking about Biff hasn't found himself and all that, but now at the end, Biff has found himself, and I think that's a great thing for him. Unfortunately, Willie was still trapped in his dreams and egos and pride, and ended up he still believed that it was the best thing to claim the insurance and give that $20,000 to his family or to Biff. All Willie wanted was to be appreciated, and we can see that Willie was quite happy and satisfied that Biff cried to him because he feels that Biff cares for him, appreciates him, and is willing to shed tears for him. I don't understand the rubber pipe thing, like what is it used for? So apparently, let's check out over here. Willie has attempted suicide by attaching the rubber pipe to the gas line and inhaling. Okay, alright. I mean, I know it symbolizes that he wants to end his life, but I didn't know what the rubber pipe was supposed to be used for. That's all I can say for now. I need some time to digest this thing. And of course, you're always welcome to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.